I wanted to make a Giselle that maybe speaks more to today, how we live today and what happens in a situation like Giselle is being exposed to. I wanted to just simply place it in a more of a contemporary world where our values will be questioned in a different way. The themes of Giselle speaks to me. I think I've done other narrative, full-length narrative, and they touch on similar subjects. So I think the subject speaks to me. This betrayal, it is manipulating, it's taking revenge, it's falling in love, it's being rebellious. Yeah, those are themes that I think in other narratives I have sort of dealt with. That attracted me also to this story. Giselle in this version is a tomboy. She likes to go out and you know, hang out with the guys and swing in the trees, and you know, like she's really sort of a very free spirit. There's nothing fragile about her. I see Giselle as someone that has to navigate really love in many sort of aspects. Love from a mother, love from a friend, love from a lover, dealing with the pressure from a group, opinions, you know, you should have done that. And of course, she's going to have to navigate this in order to possibly just leave it and say, you know, I need to first love myself. You know, I have to find myself, and only then can I be love someone else. Because what's an important part is that once the mother sees the Giselle being so broken by this lie from Albrecht, she becomes Myrta. So the mother and Myrta are the same person, and she's just out for revenge towards these men, these characters that she saw as responsible for you know, breaking her heart. Every process is a little bit different. Of course, I prepare the dramaturgy. I have a dramaturg, an assistant, and we meet regularly. First of all, we discuss the big lines of the piece, and then we try to break it down to smaller sections or scenes. I like to come in quite prepared, that I know where I'm going with this scene. That is a process in a narrative work that I feel is crucial for me. In this case also, we're writing new music, we're composing new music. So I also have that process that I have to deal with that is challenging. It's great to just have existing music and you just hear it and you let yourself be inspired or not, but this is what it is, this is what you have to use. And sometimes the blank page, you know, it's a hard thing to meet or to deal with. That is my process, and then once I have the dramaturgy and the narrative, I will walk in with the dancers to the studio. And then I usually spend some days creating material that will sort of be the bank of, in terms of like the bank steps of the piece that we can use and we can improvise around or we can change. First act is really, I wanted to associate or suggest sort of a man-made landscape, so it almost looks like dunes, and they're placed in the far back, and they will serve as the world of the Giselle being a peasant girl and her mother, etc. So, and of course Albrecht also stepping into this world of the peasants. So I wanted to create something that suggested that. It's not at all realistic, but it's a proposal. And then I tilt those things up in the second act, and that sort of represents for me something more industrial, something more complex, rawer. They are dark in the inside. The costumes, we wanted the first act to feel a little bit like perfect, you know. So we went for the 50s when after the Second World War the economy was booming and everyone wanted to buy a home, and they have an association to the 50s. And in the second act I wanted to feel like we are in today, that we are in a club here in Champs-Élysées. Or I hope that the audience will, that it will speak to them. If they know the story, that they can feel I'm still watching Giselle. And if I don't know the story of Giselle and I come into the theater for the first time, that I can identify myself with it or take something home with it. But it's always a danger when you work with something that people has a relationship with. It's hard for some to let go of that reference. It's my work to try to make it so good and so convincing that you forget about what it used to be. I cannot think too much about it. I have to try to be myself, go in, do the best I can, and enjoy the process with the dancers. That is the key, because I feel in each process, if you manage to have a sense of humor or a sense of respect and love and believe in what you're doing, it's going to transmit into the piece and into the audience.